new guide for teachers says children should be encouraged to read aloud and talk about books with friends to improve their language skills. And it comes after it was revealed that only 53% of pupils reach the expected standard in reading, writing and maths by the end of primary school. With us now is child psychologist and founder of Fundamentally Children, Dr. Amanda Gummer. Welcome to you. What's so important about children reading aloud?
I think the really important thing is children reading, and it unlocks everything. Then you can teach yourself whatever you want to learn once you can read. So reading is absolutely key. But I think reading aloud is something that slightly worries me. If you're in a classroom and you've got the shy children and you put children off reading, what you really want is to encourage a love of reading right from the early days. Parents can do some amazing things, as well as the story time at bedtime and putting books in toy boxes so that kids see books and reading as a fun, playful thing to do rather than a sort of serious, worky thing. So I think, the message for me is less about reading out loud and more about encouraging children right from a very early age to have that real love of reading, because that opens the gateway to everything for them.
But what are the actual benefits, though, of reading aloud? Is it that, hearing the words actually cements what you're reading? What's the purpose? Why is it being suggested?
So reading aloud, it's multisensory, so you hear as well as see as well as speak. So that's great. It does strengthen connections in the brain. But forcing children to read aloud in schools, I would argue, can be counterproductive.
Forcing them to read aloud can also be a negative thing.
Well, exactly. So in a classroom, and I know many children who have been put off English as a lesson because they don't like the reading aloud.
They get quite nervous.
Yeah.
I suppose you get nervous as an adult to get a thing.
Well, exactly. You don't like the spotlight on you, and if you're slightly behind in English or you're not as confident, even if you're a good reader at speaking aloud and you've got maybe a stutter or you're just a little bit shy, it can really turn children off. So my thing is making reading fun and enjoyable and engaging children in their own way, because children learn differently. So it's really important to let them find their way of reading that suits them. And I think that whole making them, I hope the guidelines aren't taken too literally by the teachers and they're sort of encouraging more and more children to read out loud. Discussion around text, all of that kind of stuff is great and gets them talking and discussing what they've read, fantastic. But that reading aloud in class is I think, counterproductive.
Do you think people should perhaps do this at home with their children to encourage them to read aloud at home, so then perhaps it isn't as daunting when they then get to the classroom?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the loveliest things when your child is starting to read is to you read a page and then they read a page, and they really like that because you don't want to lose that special reading time, because that's a real nice bonding. It's really good for attachment. It helps children feel really close to you. So just because they can read doesn't mean you should stop story time, but alternating reading pages can be really great.
Dr. Amanda Gummer, thank you very much for talking us through this topic. Of course, this is what we do all the time, reading aloud. So why just just about. Thanks very much for coming in. Much more still to come.